All right, so I want to talk today about finding a good woman, specifically a Filipina. So, the reason why I chose the Philippines is about 4 years ago, I came back to faith in Christ, and I wanted to find a good woman to settle down with and have a family with. And the first couple of years of being a Christian, I focused on bettering myself and getting my life together, practicing the Christian life. But I really felt the urge to settle down and get married and eventually start a family. So, I looked around the area. I live in a rural area, so there's not a whole lot of women, believers or not. So, and even the women I did find, I didn't really line up with them. I think a lot of people are culturally Christian, but they don't actually practice the values. So, a friend of mine recommended I go to the Philippines because they're over 80% Christian. So, I really didn't know a whole lot about the Philippines, so I looked into it and I looked on some dating apps first, looking into it, and like a Filipina Cupid and stuff. I didn't actually go on there, but I kind of got a idea of what they were about, and that didn't line up with me because I was looking for a wife, not just some date. So I've stumbled upon Christian Filipina, and that's a real serious website. The people there are looking to get married, and that's what I was looking for. So I gave that a try. Talked to a few people. I got tons of messages, which was pretty awesome, but one stood out to me, and we started talking, and eventually that led to WhatsApp messages and just feeling each other out, getting to know each other, see what our interests were, whether we were in line on things. And she'd ask me things like whether I smoke or drank it or all that stuff, which I don't. I'm pretty much straight edge. I don't really have any vices. I later found out that she was kind of testing me, like if any of those things, if I answered yes to that, I'd be excluded. So good thing I passed her test. But, really, in order to find a good woman like that, I would recommend Christian Filipina. I'm not sponsored by them, but if they want to sponsor me, I'll take it. But yeah, really, if you're outside of the Philippines, you're a foreigner, I would go that route, go with some sort of dating app that's faith based. If you're already in the Philippines, go to church, meet a woman there. You'll have more intimate contact with them at first. You can talk to them and stuff like that. You'll see them in person, get to know how they are. But if you're online, if you're overseas, I'd recommend going on a faith-based dating app like Christian Filipina. It worked for me, so